Now, good day guys, welcome back to the channel. Now in this video I'm going to be talking and we're going to be discussing about finding the best place to pitch your tent and what to look for. Now it's great to rock up at a spot, but there's nothing worse if you rush into it, put your tent up, and then you literally can have the worst night's sleep ever because the tent is not in the correct position. So this is what we're going to talk about today. Now what we're going to do is we are going to pretend that we've rocked up here at this pitch and we want to find the best spot to put our tent. Now it's a really nice spot, nice and quiet, nice and grassy, enclosed, very private. However, it is on quite a steep slope. The ground is uneven. So I'm just going to talk about how we would manage pitching our tent in this location. So as you can see here, it is on quite a big slope, and it gets steeper as we moved down the hill. We have a nice little quiet area here and a nice little hidden patch just there. So let's get into it. Now in this video we're going to be talking about the slope, we're going to be talking about shade and shelter, we're going to talk about obstacles that you need to look out for, and we're going to be talking about the dangers associated with the campsite. Now, after rocking up at this location, it is a really nice spot and it is really sloped downhill. So looking at it, first of all I would take a look at the slope, and first impressions, I think, although you're probably not going to see it that well on the video, is kind of around this area here. Is slightly flatter, and we will put the tent so our feet and heads are across this way, doors that way. There is a slight slope here that is going downhill, but not as bad as further on down. So yep, I think it is quite nice. When we talk about shade, slope and shade go hand in hand, especially in summer, or slope and shelter if you like. So the sun is going over there, it's going to set in the west. At the moment we have a big area of shade just there, and where we're looking at putting the tent is not in the shade. But that's not a drama because we can create our own shade with the tarp. As the sun goes down behind the trees, it's going to make a beautiful location. Now what I'm going to do very quickly, I'm just going to quickly put the inner of my tent up just in the location, just to show you how it would possibly look like, what it could look like. Now just a quick tip for you, with my tent, what I do is I have my inner put inside a dry bag. I put that inside a separate dry bag, and then my outer I just leave separately. Now what this does is if the fly gets wet, it allows me to keep the inner dry inside a dry bag. So the next time I get it out, obviously it's going to be dry and I'm not getting into a wet tent. So here we go. I'm just going to briefly put it up very quickly. When you put your tent down, just clear away any twigs or sticks or whatever. Now the Nemo Aurora 2 does come with a ground sheet. I won't put that in today because we're not going to be sleeping in it. So here we go. Aurora 2. Now, again, no secret, I love this tent. Loads of space. It's those straight ends that give you the feeling of a lot of room inside. It is a two-person. I think there is a three-man version, but this is way big enough. So, if you see, it's a bit difficult to see. It's got a slight angle at this end, so our heads would be at this end, feet at that end. Although it is pretty level left to right. Now, other things to look out for would be tree roots, ants' nests. Now, that's not so much of an issue in places like Europe. However, in Australia and other places around the world, the ants do bite. Some of them have a nasty bite. Now, the roots around here are not too bad, pretty good. So, yeah, it looks a nice spot. Dangers. Now, dangers when you're putting your tent up. Now, look around. Now, I certainly wouldn't want to be putting my tent under this tree. It looks like the first gust of wind would bring it down. In Australia, these trees are called widowmakers. Basically, they're gum trees. Very shallow roots, but this part of it looks pretty dead, and along with this tree just here. Another thing to look out for, power lines. I particularly wouldn't want to be under a power line, so if there was a power line, I'd probably look somewhere else. Again, in a storm and such like, obviously power lines come down. I mentioned ants' nests earlier. These holes here are probably spiders. Again, in Europe, maybe not so much of an issue, but certainly in Australia, I would want to try and avoid them. So have a look around your surroundings. Another danger to watch out for would be riverbeds. Now, don't park your tent in the middle of a dried riverbed, just in case you do get a downpour and it floods. And really, a lot of these things are just common sense. So if it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't right. So probably choose somewhere else. Now, guys, thanks for watching this video. As I said earlier on, a lot of these things are just, if you want to call it common sense, like I say, if it doesn't feel right, then it probably isn't right, and I would suggest you just choose somewhere else. So the main thing is your safety. But overall, you need to feel comfortable. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I would love to hear your suggestions or comments regarding your campsite hacks. If you have, please put them in the comments below. Now, I will see you in the next video.